come in a little bit more? Camila, a little bit more?
Can you see me?
That's fine. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for being here. My name is Minto-strouse. Simple decisions have shaped everyone's life, like choosing to be here after school, or choosing to go to school early, or even joining an after-school club. I believe it's the small, simple choices that we make that make up our whole life, and I am no different. I grew up in North Miami. It's a small, low economic place that has a high population of Haitian, African American, and Latin people. My mother is Jamaican Chinese, born and raised in Jamaica. My dad is Native American and white, born and raised in Miami. I grew up with a very mixed and diverse background, hanging out at some of my friends' house speaking Creole. Then I go to another one of my friends' house speaking Spanish. Then I'd go to another one of my friends speaking Ebonics, and then go home to speak Patois. And through that cultural lens of being very diverse, I was able to grow up and meet very different friends. My friend Emiltep Berwick, he was Trinidadian. Me and him bonded over Caribbean ties. And when my mom would pick me up late from school, because I would get picked up super late because she was working 2 jobs, we would just hang out. After school, we'll talk, we'll draw, we'll play basketball, we'll skateboard. And one day of me and him hanging out, he said, "Hey, you want to go to this thing called Mocha? Everybody else is going." I was like, "What is that?" And he was like, "Oh, it's a museum. They do art there." And he was like, "You draw a little bit, right?" I was like, "Yeah, I draw something." And him bringing me there in that small little interaction, because my mom used to pick me up late, I started to learn about art. I went there, we started to draw. They gave us sketchbooks, they gave us spray paint, they taught us the history of art, the cultural background. We even started up a little graffiti crew that would go tag houses at night and with our stolen spray paint. And from that little instances, we started to get educated and learn that education was a powerful tool. I was a part of this junior docent program that would research and develop and understand and try to find the poetic moments within art. And through that program, it helped lead me to my practice today of being very research heavy, being very in the depth of trying to understand things, of trying to understand people, and the poetic aspects of those things. We think about Pancho Fierro, which is an artist from Peru that would draw and paint daily life. And in a lot of ways, a lot of people are doing that in different aspects by isolating them. And in that turn of learning all those things and gathering that information, by the time I was graduating high school, I started to say that, oh yeah, I don't want to go to college. College wasn't for me. And one of my friends who were in the program, he was like, "Oh, you got to go to this college fair." And within that college fair, I got to meet Aramis O'Reilly, who was the head of painting at New World. And through meeting him, he was like, "Hey, come to my class. I'll teach you how to draw." And I'll go to this class every day after school. I'll go drive from North Miami all the way downtown, and he would teach me how to draw little sketches and things to better the way that I render things. And through that experience, I got in. My application sucked. It was really bad. I think I got in because of his name, because he was like, good kid. He came here every day to learn how to draw. And through that experience, I got to start to be educated within New World. And at New World, I got education from Don Lambert, Aramis O'Reilly, Kathleen Hudgens, and many other more professors who built me up so that I could have a better understanding about the world around me and looking for those poetic aspects. And through them building me up and also encouraging me, I ended up applying for this thing called Yale Norfolk. Yale Norfolk is a very highly competitive residency that only accepts 26 people out of 650 applicants every year, and they have to be the top of their school. And I was lucky enough to get in, and through that residency, it reinforced that how important education was, how important networking is, how important being around people and community was. And after that program, it led me to think that, hey, maybe I should go get my MFA. And because I got into this program, it pushed me further to think about getting my MFA from Yale. And it's all these small little moments that we gather from staying after school late, from going to go hang out with Aramis O'Reilly, from staying after school at New World and learning and being educated and following things, that it has changed my life and I believe could change everybody else's. It's the small moments. Thank you so much.